I spent an entire day of dress research, so to say, to find the best dresses of this season for a wedding guest, and this is the result. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. As you can already tell by the title, today's video is all about wedding dresses slash spring dresses. As I've been invited to attend the wedding of one of my friends very soon, I am currently looking for the perfect wedding guest dress, and let me tell you, this is not an easy task, or at least I didn't expect it to be that hard. Actually, I even need to find two dresses, one for the civil wedding in June and another one for the big wedding, which will take place in September. I have to say that I think it will be easier for me to find a dress for the big wedding in autumn because the dress code there is black ties, so all the guests should come in black, which is an easy assignment for me because black is one of my favorite colors. If you've been following along for a while, you might know that I definitely prefer wearing neutrals, everything from black to white and all the beiges and neutral tones in between, so my personal style is definitely more of a neutral palette. But for the civil wedding, obviously the assignment is not to come in black or white, so I was primarily looking out for beige dresses, but honestly there's really not that much choice of beige and neutral dresses, or at least there was nothing that really caught my eye. So as you can see behind me, I ended up with a very pastel shaded multicolored palette, which is obviously perfect for spring and should also be perfect for a wedding. And I have to say that I actually really enjoy wearing pastel colors in spring, so I was looking for light blue, light green, like pistachio shades, light yellow tones, rosy shades. And guys, let me tell you, coming up with this rack behind me was a task. I think I for sure reviewed more than 30,000 dresses, and this is no joke because I checked out all the pages that I could come up with. I started with some more high-end retailers such as MyTheresa, Farfetch of course I checked, Matches Fashion, Luisa Via Roma, Net-a-Porter, Nordstrom, and then of course I also had a look at some high street alternatives such as in other stories. I checked out the entire dress section at H&M, at Mango, Zara. Then I also checked out the usual websites that you would go for when looking for a dress such as Revolve, and they have, I think, the biggest selection I've ever seen. I think they had like 50,000 dresses in stock. I did not manage to look through all of them, but I think I've pretty much checked out 2/3 of it. And then I also had a look at Nelly and Asos, and I also browsed through Abercrombie, Wakakuu and by Malina. I think this was it. Maybe I forgot something, but I think you get it. I spent an entire day of dress research, so to say, to find the best dresses of this season for a wedding guest, and this is the result, and I can't wait to try these on together with you. Maybe this is helpful if you're also looking for a wedding guest dress, or also if you're just looking for some nice spring dresses. I think there are definitely some good options that I found. Actually, I'm still waiting for 2 more orders to arrive. One from H&M. There is one more light blue plissé dress in there, but when I checked the delivery status, it said that the package is damaged and now it's under investigation, so the delivery will be delayed. If it will arrive soon, of course I will also include it in this video. And then I'm also still waiting for the Abercrombie order, which also has the same problem. Interestingly enough, it also says that the package is damaged and they're currently checking the content. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. I was already thinking if maybe there was an accident with the truck that had all those parcels on. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I don't know when these parcels will arrive, but as said, I will for sure include them if they arrive anytime soon. By the way, please don't judge me if the dresses have some wrinkles. I really tried my best to iron all of them, which took me like, I don't know, 2 hours or so. But I came to the conclusion that I should really invest into a better ironing station because I just have like a normal iron and nothing that includes steam. I mean, you can fill in some distilled water in it, but it's not really working out well. And I actually also have a steamer at home and I tried to use that, but it didn't help at all. It's so hard with some of the materials that we have here to get them wrinkle-free. So I actually just placed an order for a proper steam iron and I can't wait for this to arrive because it makes your life so much easier. I tried it out at the bridal boutique of my friend. Fun fact, my friend who's actually getting married is the owner of a bridal atelier herself, so she had the best choice of wedding dresses. such a dreamy store. And in the boutique they have such a steam iron, and you basically can just iron the stuff in the air. It's like magic. You don't even touch the material, just the steam does the magic. I definitely need this in my household. If you're interested in that, I will leave you a link in the description box, but now let's get started with the first dress. So the very first dress that I would like to show you is this one here from a brand called Bronx and Banco. I ordered it on the Revolve website, and I'm honestly not sure if this is really a dress that is suitable for a wedding guest, because it looks quite short and it gives me some bachelorette vibes, but it was just too cute to not try it out. I love the style of this one. The base of the dress is beige, but obviously it comes with white flowers, so I'm not sure if it's too bridal, but it's just too cute to not give it a try, to at least show it to you. I have a very similar version from the same brand here, which is a little bit longer. I will show it to you then after this one. One fun fact about this dress: just a few days after I placed my order for this one, I saw Romy Street wearing it. Not the exact same one, but the same model in a multicolored version, and I just love it. It is the same shape, but it comes with multicolored flowers in all kinds of pastel shades. So I think this one would actually have been the perfect wedding guest dress. And of course I also checked it out on the Bronx and Banco website, but it's only available for made to order, so it would not arrive in time, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have definitely taken this one, and I wouldn't have thought a single minute longer which dress would be the perfect one. But yeah, I just have the beige and white version now. As said, I will probably not take this one as it is too bridal, but I still think it's a very nice dress for any spring party that you would like to attend, and I think it's definitely a very nice choice. So this is dress number one on me. I have to say, I really feel like a little flowery princess. It is such a cute dress. It almost gives me a little bit of Marina Hermannseder vibes. I'm not sure if you know her, but she's an Austrian designer and she's known for her corset dresses, and this one actually has some corset in there, and then the skirt is also quite stiff. As you can see, there is some mesh and some structure underneath that. I'm not sure if it will be that easy to sit down in this dress. I'm wondering how this works because it's really stiff here. I would feel like I'll destroy it if I sit down, but I think this is such a dreamy dress. It is so cute. It's definitely not that appropriate for a wedding guest, I think, because it is very, very short. As said before, it gives more like a bachelorette kind of vibe, but how cute is it, you guys? I'm absolutely in love. I also really like how it works together with my Chanel pearl necklace. And for a bag, I would take my beige classic flap. I would also have the white classic flap as an option, but I think then it would even look a little bit more bridal, and the beige one styles it a little bit more down, if I can say so. For the shoes, I took a pair of strappy crystallized Zara sandals. They are also beige, so I thought this is a perfect match and gives it a decent amount of sparkle. I'm absolutely in love with this dress, but I think it's unfortunately just not right for the occasion as a wedding guest. Maybe I should keep it as a birthday dress. I'm not sure. It would actually be perfect for my 30th birthday, I would say, but I still have some years left until then, so probably I will find something else in those years, and I'm not sure if it's a good decision to already buy a dress for my 30th birthday now when it's not this year. You tell me, guys, is there any occasion where you could wear such a type of dress? I would really like to find a reason to keep it. I'm really impressed by how beautifully this is made. I'm really a big fan of this brand now, I have to say. I'm absolutely convinced, and yeah, it's just such a cute spring dress. What do you think, guys? Alright, then let's already have a look at the second dress that I got from Bronx and Banco. I actually didn't even know this brand before. I just randomly discovered it when I was browsing through the Revolve website, and I just saw those flowery dresses. They have a couple of different versions of these, and I just immediately fell in love with the style. I think it gives such spring vibes. It's playful, but it's still minimalistic and chic at the same time. I think these are really elegant and Also, the quality looks pretty nice. These dresses are beautifully made, I have to say, from what I see so far. So this is the longer version. This model here is named the Jasmine midi dress. I'm quite short, so on my height it's actually not that midi anymore, but almost long. So I'm not sure if it looks that good on my body, because I also have quite an hourglass shape, I would say, or not actually hourglass. I have wide hips, but I don't have that much of a breast, so I'm not sure if this will look that good on me, but we will give it a try. So this is the other Bronx and Banco dress on me. It is a completely different style than the other one that I've just shown you. It is definitely a little bit more elegant, I would say, and less playful, because the shape is just a little bit more chic. I'm not sure if I really like this type of dress on my body type that much, so I have to say that I'm not feeling the most self-conscious in this, because my hips are quite wide. I'm not a fan of such bodycon type of dresses usually on me, but I have to say it's one of the few that I could imagine to wear of this style. I somehow still like it. I think it's the same problem like with the other one, that it almost is a little bit too bridal to wear it as a wedding guest, but I think it's still a very pretty dress for any summery occasion, maybe a dinner party, for example. Again, I would compare this one with the same accessories as the one before, because it's basically the same style, just in a different shape. So again, I took my beige classic flap and my crystal Zara heels. I think the size of this one actually is almost perfect for me. I think I took a size medium, but it's a little bit loose here on top because I don't have enough on here. So it's a little bit too wide here, and I would need to tailor it as well. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good fit. It feels very tight, I have to say, but I think it's supposed to feel like that. This is how it looks like on the back. The zip on the back actually goes all the way down, so you can completely open this dress up. So it's pretty easy to put it on, which I'm a big fan of. What do you think of this dress, guys? Does it fit me? One thing that is actually a hard no for me is the fact that I can't really walk in this dress. I'm not sure if I can demonstrate it to you, but it's so tight that I can't really make big steps. So it feels a little bit awkward to walk in this, and I think if people walk a little bit faster, you can look a little bit ridiculous trying to keep up. Alright, let's continue with option number 3. This one here I ordered on Asos, and the brand is called Sister Jane. This is one of the less expensive versions, especially compared to the first two dresses that I've shown you that are definitely on the higher end. But I fell in love with the shape in the minute I saw it. I think this one really looks like a very good option as a wedding guest dress. The color I think was called lemon yellow, but I think it's a very subtle shade of yellow. It's almost going a little bit in a golden beige direction, which is nice because honestly I don't really like bright yellows on me. I think it doesn't really suit my skin tone very well, but this one looks like it could work. And yeah, then we have here those little bow details on the straps. I'm not sure if the bows are a little bit too oversized for my taste. Let's give it a try. From the back, it is very simple shape. It's like an A-line shape, so I think this could work pretty well with my body type. And I actually love the little details on this material here. I'm not sure how you call that. I'll come a little bit closer so that you can see the details. It looks like some floral 3D structure. I'm not sure how to call it, but I think it gives the dress a very interesting look. So this is the little citrus yellow dress on me. I have to say, I'm actually a big fan of this dress. I think it looks so cute. I think it has a pretty good length. It's not too short. I mean, it is short, but I think it's still okay. I paired it now with my white classic flap with light gold hardware and a pair of golden Zara heels. This is a very nice summery look, I have to say, and the bows are actually quite cute. I think the size of them is still okay. They're not too big. They just make the dress a little extra special, and as said before, I really love the structure, and I actually also really like the cut or the shape and the fit of this dress. I think this one looks quite good on my body type, and I feel very comfortable in this one. The size is actually working pretty well. I think I also got this in a medium, but I need to double check. The only problem that I have is that it's a little bit too loose here on top. So actually it sometimes happens that the straps fall down. My boyfriend actually said it even looks quite nice if I wear it like this, so that I have the bows on the side and not directly on my shoulders. I think he's right, and if I wear my hair like this, it would also work out, but if I put it on the side, you would see that it's not made for that, because here you get a crease. So here you can see that it's creased and it's not made for this, but I think if I have my hair over it, it really looks nice. But generally the dress is just a little bit too wide for me here. A size smaller would not work, because then it would be too tight on my hips. Maybe I will get this tailored and get it a little bit more narrow here. So you see there's a lot of extra material left on my upper body. So if I can make it a little bit smaller on the top like this, I think it would actually be a perfect fit. And I think this one also would work very well as a wedding guest dress. What do you think? Alright, and the next dress that I picked is this beautiful light blue satin long dress here. I have to say that I have really high hopes on this one, because this one was one of my favorite picks. I also ordered this one from Revolve, and the brand is called Runaway. I've never heard of this brand before, so I have no clue. But the price of this one is also quite good, I would say. It's obviously not a silk dress, it's just satin, or basically plastic. But most of the options are, because for a silk dress you would definitely pay a lot more. But I really like the shape of it. I think it's very elegant. It has a little slit here on the front. And I was thinking of pairing this dress with my Chanel pearl necklace and my white classic flap. I think this would be a very dreamy combination. I also really like the straps here, that they are not like spaghetti but a little bit broader. And I also really like the waterfall collar. I think it makes it look very elegant, and on the back it goes down quite deep, so I think we could have a little bit of a struggle with wearing a bra underneath of this. I think we'll have to go for some patches here, but other than that, I really like the shade of this one, and I think this also could really work well for a wedding guest, to not steal the bride the show, of course, but to still perfectly fit in and make an elegant appearance. How do we like this one? I have to say, I think it's quite a pretty option. I really like the color, and I think it's a very elegant dress that doesn't cry too much for attention, but still has a perfect amount of detail to not be boring with this slit here on the leg. I combined it with, again, my golden Zara heels and with my white classic flap. I actually think that this would also go very well with the beige one. Let me show you. So this is how it looks with the beige classic flap. This one is a medium size, by the way, the other one is small. And again, together with the golden hardware of the bag and the golden heels, I think it's a perfect combination. I actually think that light blue would also work out very well with silver. For example, with this pair of shoes here, they would give it a little bit more glam and style up the look a little bit more, so that it's a little bit more fancy and sparkly. But I'm always struggling a little bit with finding bags that match silver crystallized shoes, because most of my handbags have golden hardware. I think this would also be a very cute option for shoes to match with this dress. Two things that I don't like too much about this dress are, again, that the straps are quite loose on me, so I feel like I'm losing them in any second, so I would need to get them shortened a little bit. And also this waterfall collar doesn't really give me the safest feeling, so I'm very conscious about it, and that I have to check like all the time if nothing is falling out here, because you can't really wear a bra underneath this dress as the back is open. I can show you. So you can only wear a couple of patches below that. As it is now, it's definitely too loose for me to give me a safe feeling, so I would also need to get this tailored slightly. But other than that, I'm quite surprised about the length, because I think it works quite well for me. I mean, now my pair of heels is quite high for my taste, so I'm not sure if I would be able to walk on these all day. I think it actually looks good. It still touches the ground a little bit, but I think if it would be shorter, it would look awkward. If the dress is not touching the ground, I think it would look a little bit weird. So I think you have to live with the fact that it will probably get dirty when you wear this, but I think it actually looks pretty elegant if it slightly touches the ground. The next dress that I picked is definitely something that is very untypical for me, I would say. It is a lot. It is quite pink. I hope that it is a little bit more of a desaturated rosy tone. I think the shade is still pretty. It is also a midi dress, but on my height it is almost a long one. This is definitely a dress that cries a little bit more for attention than the other ones that I've shown you so far, especially with all the big ruffles here. What I really like about this one is the rosy structure that it has. I'll come a bit closer that you can see it. I think this is a very interesting looking material, and even though it's quite plain, this really gives it an interesting look and something more special than if it would be just a smooth silky material. I also really like those puffed sleeves here. I think it's just the perfect amount of puffs, so it's not too much, it's not too much volume, but it just makes the dress very cute. I'm not sure if I would wear it like this. I was already playing with the thought to just cut it here to get like an A-line shape. I'm not sure if I should keep the ruffles then, so to just make it shorter, to make it a short dress with ruffles, or if I would just cut it here straight without all the zhizh. What do you think, guys? I think it's definitely a very interesting dress. It's nothing that I've really seen before, so that's why it caught my eye and why I thought I should definitely give it a try. So this is probably the most princessy dress of all the dresses that I'm showing you in this video. I almost feel like Princess Peach from Mario Kart. I think it is super cute, but I have to say that I'm not the biggest fan of the length of this dress on me because it's quite long. I definitely think that it would look a lot cooler if it would be a short dress. If it would be a short dress, I think I would be a big fan of this one. I think this really looks cute. As said, I'm not sure if it wouldn't look a little bit more elegant without the ruffles here, so just cut it off straightly, but also like this. I would definitely prefer it than in a long version because I feel like it's just a little bit too much if it's that long. I would definitely pair this dress once again with my white classic flap, and I think again it perfectly matches with my pearl necklace. This was such a good buy. I'm so happy that I finally found this one recently. I was looking for this necklace for such a long time, but it was definitely so worth it. So I think the accessories are already almost decided. The question is just which color of the dress I will pick, and then depending on this I will choose a bag, but it will probably be one of these two. Yeah, and other than that, I again combined it with my golden Zara heels because they just perfectly match the hardware of my bags. Let me know how you like this one. I would be really curious about your opinion because I think this is a very special dress. Alright, let's continue with the next option that we have. This dress is also from Asos. The brand is called Nobody's Child. I was honestly hoping that it is a little bit more yellow, but I think it's quite creamy and maybe even a little bit too light for a wedding guest dress. But other than that, I think it's a very simple and elegant version. On the front, it's pretty simple. From the back, you have a little bit of a detail. So you have an open back and then you have here a little bow. Now, this is how it looks on me. It is very basic from the front, but when I turn around, I have a very deep back. You can see here. It almost goes a little bit too deep down, I have to say, because you sometimes see my underwear, which is obviously an absolute no-go. I'm not sure how you could tailor this actually. From the color, I'm also not sure if it's that perfect for a wedding guest dress because it is very light. It is not white, but it's definitely a very creamy neutral. I hoped that it would be a little bit more yellow, but it is a very, very light shade, so I think it's probably too light for a wedding guest. But other than that, I have to say I'm quite surprised about this dress. I didn't expect it to be that nice. I think it's really not too bad. It's very elegant, it's very simple, and the length is actually also perfect for my height. Really not a bad option, I would say. Next up, we have a dress from & Other Stories. I actually ordered it via the H&M website all together with the H&M dresses, which is pretty convenient, I have to say. This one here comes in a very nice nude tone, so this is actually one of my favorite colors in the palette that we have here. And what I really liked about this one is that it's not completely plain, but that it comes with some black details, but not too much. Actually, you can't really see it properly right now, but here on the back we have some braided details. You will see it better on me then. Other than that, this one is also quite long, so on me it's actually a long dress. And it has 2 slits in the front. What I am a little bit worried about is that I think that the collar could be a little bit too deep because my upper body is not that long, so I'm not sure if this one will fit, but let's see. So this is the H&M dress on me. I have to say so far this is my least favorite, just because I really don't feel comfortable in this dress. I feel like I don't know, it just doesn't really give that much for my body type, I would say. And for my taste also, the collar or the décolleté is way too deep, so I don't really think that this is appropriate for a wedding, or at least I don't like this on me. What I like about this dress is the back. So it has those black strappy details, and I think these are quite cute. But what I don't like about this dress is just the shape, because my body is quite narrow on top and then it gets wider on the hips, and I think this just really doesn't give my shape that much of a benefit. I think the slits here in the front are a little bit awkward because you have 2 of them on each side, one, and the height of them is a little bit weird. But other than that, I mean, it's not a bad dress though, and I really like the color, I have to say. And also the length works pretty well for me again. What do you think about this one? Okay, next up we have a dress that I actually ordered more for fun and just out of curiosity, so I think this is not really a dress that is suitable to attend a wedding. This one is also from Asos, from a brand called Vero, and the reason why I actually ordered this is because it reminded me of a Chanel bag. I'm not sure if you know this one, but there is a classic flap model in exactly such a black and white combo with this shape on it. I will include a picture so that you understand what I mean if you don't know the bag. This dress was just reminding me of this bag, and I thought it would be fun to try it out. Maybe it would be a nice summer dress for going out on a more fancy dinner or something. Unfortunately, this is a size large. It was only available in large. Usually I'm wearing small or medium, so it would probably be too big for me, but we can give it a try. I think it was just a very interesting looking dress with this black and white combination. It's also pretty long, so if I would keep this one, I would definitely need to shorten it so that I can actually walk in this. Very interesting one. I think there's nothing similar that I've seen so far. So here we have the black and white satin slip dress, and this is way too big for me, I have to say. It's way too loose here, and I'm definitely not a fan of this cleavage. It is way too deep for my taste. But other than that, I think it's really a pretty interesting dress. It's also way too long for me, so I really have to watch my step that I don't step on it. And also the back goes down very deep. So you see, it is way too loose for me. It doesn't give me any support. I'm almost falling out of this dress. So I would definitely need this 2 sizes smaller. But I think it's a pretty cool dress though. I think it's not wedding appropriate because it's black and white, unless there is a dress code like that. But maybe as a summer evening dress, this would work pretty well. Combined with a black or white bag and a pair of nice heels, or with that specific classic flap that I mentioned before, this would be the perfect match. I think this would be such a good look. So if you have this bag, maybe you should consider buying this dress. Alright, we have a couple more dresses left. Next up we have actually the only true beige option. I was hoping to find more beige dresses, but this was the only one that I thought that would work as a wedding dress. I ordered this one, I think also on Asos, and the brand is called Extro and Vert, Vert. This one looks like some linen material, a linen and cotton mix maybe. I would need to check details. Okay, it is 100% cotton, but it looks like linen almost. This one was very hard to iron, I have to say. It took me like forever and it's still not perfectly wrinkle free. Yeah, I'm not so sure what I should think about it. Having a look at it now in real life, I have to say that I definitely expected more. It looked a little bit better on the photos on the website. On the back it has this type of stretchy material, which I'm also usually not the biggest fan of because I think it just doesn't look that elegant. It looks more like a summery dress. I'm not sure if it's chic enough to attend a wedding in that, but we'll definitely give it a try. This is the beige dress on me. I think it is quite cute, but somehow it's also quite basic and maybe even a little bit boring. I have to say it somehow gives me a little bit milkmaid vibes. I'm not sure if you get what I mean, but other than that, it is super comfortable to wear, I have to say. It does not fit me perfectly because here it is way too big, so I definitely don't fill this up at all. Even though I already adjusted the straps, it's just not made for my upper body. I think the length is quite cute. As it is that basic, I combined this one with a pair of crystal pumps. Let me tell you, these Steve Madden pumps are the most uncomfortable shoes in my closet. It's horrible to wear them, but they are super pretty, obviously. Yeah, together with my white classic flap again, I think it's a pretty cute look, but not my favorite, I have to say. Alright, now we have 3 pink dresses left. I have to say I'm not sure if these aren't too Barbie-like for me, but let me show them to you. So the first pink option that we have is probably the shade of pink that I like most out of those 3 options that we've left, because it's not too pink, so it's more like a blush color. I think it is a very pretty shade though. But honestly, I'm not sure what I think of this dress. It definitely looked a lot better on the website. It has those ruffles here all over on the front and on the back, and also on top. We again have an open bag with some strappy details here. The length is already a little bit too long for me again. I think this is supposed to be a midi dress, but again, I'm quite short. For reference, if you're interested in trying some of these dresses, I'm 1.63 m. I think I didn't mention yet, but this one here is from H&M. So let's see how this looks on me. Okay, this is definitely my least favorite dress. I think the shape doesn't really do anything for me. The length is also, well, it's okay, it's long, but I just don't like the shape of this dress. I think it doesn't really have any shape. The back is with strappy details, which I think are quite cute. But again, I have the same problem that it is way too loose here on the upper body. So here it is definitely way too big. But if I were to take a size smaller, I think I would not feel comfortable on the waist because then it would be too tight here. But what I have to say is that I think the color is quite cute. It is perfect for spring and the material is super comfortable to wear. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of this dress, I have to say. Okay, we're almost at the end. This dress here I also ordered on Asos from a brand called Jallo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. I don't know this brand. And this one looks huge, I have to say. I'm not sure what size I got. Okay, I got a size L, probably because there was nothing else left. So I was probably thinking that I can get it tailored if I really like it, but this is definitely a lot too big. I see by just looking at it. But the concept of this dress I really liked because it has no straps. It has a midi length, and this time it's really a midi length for me, so it's not too long, I would say. And it looks pretty basic from the front, but on the back it has this huge bow here, which I found very cute. It's a very nice detail. It gives it a little bit of a twist, but it's not crying too much for attention, I would say, because it's just on the back. And the material itself is quite muted. It's a very nice desaturated rosy tone, and it's not a shiny material, it's quite matte, which I think looks pretty elegant. Let's have a look if there's any chance that this looks good on me and if it fits. Okay, this dress is definitely 3 sizes too big. I have to hold it so that it doesn't fall down and you see everything. If it would fit, I think it would be actually a pretty cool dress, because from the front it is almost like a business dress. It is very simple, very chic. I think it has a very nice length, maybe a little bit too long for me, so if you're like 10 centimeters taller, it would have the perfect length. But if you then turn around, you have the party at the back. Let me show you. So on the back we have this huge bow, which makes the dress interesting. Really a pity that this is not available in my size anymore, because I definitely can't wear it. I would need to tailor the entire dress because it is like this too big. I'm not sure if you can see, but I'm completely losing it. I really like the color of this one. It is a dusty pink shade. I think this would be the perfect tone to attend a wedding. And I also like the material, as I said before, because it's matte and it's not shiny. It is a perfect balance with the bow, which makes the dress a little bit more extra, but with the material toning it down a little bit again and making it not look tacky or anything. So a pretty cool dress, I have to say, if I would have gotten it in the right size. And we already reached the last dress on my rack, which is another satiny version in a very Barbie pink shade. Honestly, I think this is way too pink for me. I'm pretty sure that this will not be my final choice, but I still wanted to show it to you because I ordered it. It is also from Asos. This one is from Vero Moda. So this is definitely a very price-friendly option, but honestly, I have to say you also see it. I think the material looks a little bit cheap. There was also no chance in ironing this properly. You see all the wrinkles. I tried, but it doesn't look good. And probably if you sit down in this once, it will look exactly like that. Again, this one here is pretty basic on the front, and if we turn it around, it has some nice back details, which is why it caught my attention. It has here an open back, and then it has here those 3 little buttons, which I found very cute. An advantage of this one here is that it comes with adjustable straps, and then it also has a slit here on the back. But I have to be honest with you guys, I think this is probably my least favorite option because I just think it looks a little bit cheap, unfortunately. But we will still give it a try and have a look how it looks on me. Okay, this is definitely my least favorite. As said before, I really don't like the material of this one. It looks super cheap, I would say. It is super hard to iron. It's just wrinkles in the minute you just move into any direction. And the shape, honestly, there is just no shape. Again, I have to say that I took a size too big probably because it's way too wide for me. But it also really does just not have any type of cut. And also here, this is way too wide for me. If you have more breasts, maybe it gives you something, but you for sure can also not wear a bra underneath because it will show at the back. So at the back we have here those 3 buttons, and it also drops down very deep, a little bit too deep for my taste. And also the color is a hard no for me. It's just way too much Barbie. If I counted correctly, we had a look at 12 dresses now. If you're interested in any of the dresses that I've shown you today, I made sure to link all of them in the description box of this video, so make sure to check them out. I would love to know which dress is your favorite and which one you would choose if you would attend a wedding. I have to say that I did not make my final decision yet. I actually sent pictures of me wearing all the dresses to my friend who's getting married so that she can also have a say, because of course in the end I want her to be happy also with her wedding guests and how they look like. So in the end I'll probably take the one she likes the most and not the one that I like the most. But if it comes to my preference, I actually have 3 personal favorites. which are this yellow one here. I think this is also the favorite of my friend who's getting married. I think the color is beautiful, which surprises me a lot because I'm really not a big fan of yellow, but as said before, it's a very subtle shade. It's a very pastel yellow, not really bright. I think the length also works very well. And I also really like those little bows actually. At first I was worried if they will be a little bit too big, but I think they just give the dress the perfect little twist that it's not too boring. Then another of my favorites is this light blue one here. As I already said before when I showed you the dress, this was one of my favorites from the beginning. I think it's very elegant, and I think in combination with some white details like the white classic flap and the white pearl necklace, this is a very elegant look. It's definitely not stealing the attention of the bride, which is super important to me, and the shade is perfect for spring. I actually really wanted to have something in baby blue, so this is definitely one of my top picks. And my third favorite, which you probably did not expect because this is not very me, but it's this rosy one here, simply because I really like the structure and the material of this dress. I really like the puffed sleeves. I like the high collar in this one because I usually don't really enjoy wearing collars that plunge too deep. One thing is for sure, I would not take it as it is, so I would probably shorten it. I'm not sure if I would keep the ruffle stand or if I would just cut it straight here to make it a little bit less fancy, you know what I mean? Because I think the material itself already gives the dress enough special effects, so to say. Without the ruffles, it would definitely get a little bit less girly and a little bit more chic and elegant. And last but not least, of course, the Bronx and Banco dresses count among my favorites. I think these are just such special dresses. They are perfectly made. The quality of these is absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, I think I will not pick them for the wedding because I think they're simply too bridal. As said before, if I could have gotten this dress here in the multicolored version on time, this would have probably been my pick, but it's only available for pre-order and it takes up to 8 weeks, I think, until it would be delivered, and that is too long. I can't risk that because I just have 2 weeks left, which is such a pity, but I'm a huge fan of this brand, I have to say. I tried out dresses from Bronx and Banco for the very first time and I'm absolutely in love. So maybe for another occasion I would go back to this brand and see if I would buy a dress then. And with this, we are already at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I also hope that it was helpful to anyone who is looking for a wedding guest dress or just any nice dress for spring summer. Once again, let me know which dress is your favorite. I would really like to know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming videos, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll hopefully see you soon back on my channel. Bye guys!